gentlemen, April 26, 2025. It's been a while. Live from New York City is the Fantasy Baseball Show, where we got updates, highlights, and breaking news of the Fantasy League. Gonna break down the scoreboard going into the weekend. News on the CPU AI system team. I'm going to share some news. I don't know if everybody's going to like it, but that's probably the biggest news of the show today. Share some of the waiver wire action, what the experts are doing. Give you a sneak peek. We're going to go off topic a little bit. We're going to speak about the Shedeur Sanders situation. Being a human right advocate and a father myself, I feel like I need to speak about it, put it in the airwaves. And we'll talk a little bit about the New York Knicks and the New York Yankees. We got a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. I'm DJ Murder. This is the Fantasy Baseball Show. The Fantasy Baseball Show is presented by Property Management Group Company. If you're tired of your uncle sleeping the couch to couch, Property Management Group Company. Matchups. Let's talk about the matchups. Take a look at that. Share with the people what's happening. Start off with DJ Murder against Shay's team. With the DJ Murder leading going into the weekend 12-7. Leading and batting. None of the teams hit minimum innings pitched yet. So that will be interesting in the weekend. Then we got one scary team against OnlyFans. Looks like a tight one. Again, no team has hit the pitching minimum, which is 45. So that should be interesting as well. Going into the weekend. One leads 10-8 so far. The best GM in the city against the CPU team. With the best GM smoking out the AI system. The best GM is never shy about throwing pitchers. He's going to hit the minimum on Monday. You know, he's going to hit. If you got to bet on anything, just know that the best GM is going to throw the kitchen sink. It looks like every week of the year. So that's something that we'll keep an eye on. Right now, he's smoking the CPU 22-8. Then we got confidence is key against Pedro's perfect team. With Pedro perfect team leading 15-6 so far. I don't think nobody hit minimums pitch in that matchup. So we'll keep an eye on that. Then we got Analytics against Analytical. With Analytical leading so far 14-8. He's having a great week. And Mr. Jones not having his bat slow down. Although he still got Aaron Judge on the squad, so that's the best hit in the game. But that's going to be interesting. No team has hit the 45 mark there neither. So we have some good matchups in the weekend. It's going to be fun to break that down on Sunday night. The CPU team, it looks like it's not going to hit the pitches mark, which is 45. And in my understanding, I thought it was going to be a system that will make moves to adjust week to week. It doesn't look like the AI system is going to be making any pickups and drops. So, for the sake of the competitive nature of the league, I think, and I'll put a poll out, I'll see everybody's opinion, I think the commissioner, myself, should make the moves. If it's going to be a week that it looks like the innings pitch is not going to be reached, make the moves to ensure that that mark is hit week to week so we can continue to have a competitive league. Again, this is not concrete. I would like everyone's opinion on this. Stay tuned. If the people don't vote, I will make an executive decision for the sake of the competitive nature of the league. A lot of pickups has been made, a lot of drops, and it helps to understand what's happening in the league. It helps to know where owners are going, where they're looking at. It's one of the beauties of being a GM. You know, you got to see where the market is going week in, week out. You got to see where the GMs are favoring. Shane Baz from Tampa. He's been really pitching really well. He's really only been touched by the American League champions, New York Yankees. But other than that, he's been pitching very well. He just pitched against the a great San Diego team. He pitched well. As soon as I park the show, I will be picking him up. Zach McKinstry from Detroit. Very good last couple of games. He's 7 for his last 13. He's batting .311. He's tied for the MLB lead in triples. I like it. I think Pedro's team picked him up. I like the move. We'll keep an eye on that. Then Logan Allen, the starting pitcher for Cleveland, he pitched well against bad teams. In my opinion, he pitches well. He's pitched well against bad teams. Against San Diego, he got hit. He got hit a bit and walked a ton. A weird pickup, to say the least. One scary team made a pickup for him. Tanner Houck from Boston. Drosky made that pickup. Almost 8 ERA. Only pitched well against the worst team in baseball, which is the White Sox. He's going against Cleveland next outing. It's a questionable decision. Taj Bradley from Tampa. He has a 5 ERA. Have little control of the strike zone. Pitches in the American League East. I don't know about that move. Confidence is key. Made that move. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Cam Smith from the right fielder for Houston, maybe coming around. Definitely worth to take a look at. Analytics made the pickup. Also, though, Gavin Luck from Cincinnati, he's currently in a 9-game hitting streak. He's batting over .300. I smell fluke, but let's see what happens. Analytics also picked him up. We'll keep an eye on that. Jorge Polanco from Seattle, second base. I just dropped him, and that might have been a mistake. He's batting .344, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. My only concern with Polanco is his health. But he does seem to be doing well, but he does have health issues. Very interesting how that plays out. I'll keep an eye on that, especially knowing that I dropped him. Byron Buxton from Minnesota might have figured something out. After a slow start, he has 6 multi-hit games in the last 2 weeks and 5 stolen bases, 6 home runs so far this year. Had a monster game yesterday. Another player is Mitchell Parker, starting pitcher for Washington. He has a 1.4 ERA, has pitched very well so far. The last 3 starts came against bad teams, but he did pitch okay against Philly on his first start. So the best GM picked him up. We'll keep an eye on that. Nick Kurtz, first baseman for the Sacramento A's. He just made his MLB debut. Gonna keep an eye on him. Analytical picked him up. Merrill Kelly, starting pitcher for Arizona. Only really got smoked against the Yankees. Might be worth to watch out for him. Confidence is key. Made the pickup. Also, J.P. Crawford, shortstop for Seattle, been hitting well. Last 9 games, he has 13 hits. And in those 9 games, he got 5 multi-hit games. He's available in all formats. Andrew Abbott from Cincinnati. A lot of owners are making moves on him. He's getting picked up. But he just got handled by one of the worst teams in MLB, which is Colorado Rockies. I don't like it. Pedro made the pickup for him. I don't really love it either. Luis Severino. He just had a season-high 7 Ks against the White Sox. Now, let me tell you something. Almost any probable starter against the White Sox should be a good pickup for the rest of the year. Any pitcher going against the Chicago White Sox, I'll bet they'll have a decent outing. That's the tip for the year. You desperate in pitching, any pitcher against the White Sox, pick him up, and that's probably going to be a good stat line. I don't believe football, yet alone college football. But it's a sport, and I love sports. I follow sports. I understand sports. There are many aspects to sports, too many to mention all, but a few that stands out that everybody thinks of. Performance, how a player can perform day in and day out. Adjustments, can you watch film, learn to understand how teams are approaching you, and can you make the changes necessary if need be? The box office, are you excited to watch? Can you bring in fans every game to the arena, sell jerseys, merchandise? Then there's the influence aspect in the clubhouse. Do you have leadership skills? Can you work well with others? Can you be influenced? I think NFL teams don't like the answer to that question when they think about Shedeur Sanders. They think he doesn't have NFL-level leadership skills. Don't think he can work well with others in the NFL locker room. And they think the person that can easily influence him will be too busy as the head coach of Colorado in college, which is the legend of his father, Mr. Deion Sanders. This is tough. And this should be a lesson to all fathers around that are training, that's working to have their little one play sports at any level. Whether it's pee-wee, rookie, high school, college, or the professional level. It's important to teach your kids early about presenting themselves in the public eye, especially when you are a spotlight, when you are a superstar as a father. The spotlight is always on you. You're the head coach of a now decent college organization. I know you like to be yourself. I know it's important to be yourself. And I understand it's important to say what's on your mind, but it's also important to read the room. It's also important to learn how to be politically correct. Especially when you're dealing with the media, you're dealing with fans, you're dealing with professional organizations. They will use you as an example, and they will send a message that no player is bigger than any organization. Although it bothers me a lot, and it's very unfortunate what's happening with the Shedeur Sanders and the draft, the NFL draft. I like to get lessons, and I like to learn from every situation. It is a lesson that you should learn as a father. It's important to conduct yourself in a professional manner at all times, especially in the public eye. When you're dealing with media, a tough media. It's 2025. It's a tough media. We got people. Look, I'm the media. I don't have credentials. I press the red button, drive, and start talking my mind. In a world that the media it's easy to spread the message. It's important to conduct yourself in a professional manner. It's critical to your career. It's not only about how many touchdowns you can throw, how many yards you can run for. It's important to work well with others. It's important to understand that you're not larger than any organization. The Fantasy Baseball Show is presented by Property Management Group Company. If you're tired of your uncle sleeping the couch to couch, Property Management Group Company. What does the saying, weather the storm means? Look at the New York Yankees and the New York Mets when you ask that question. Both teams are not gelling at 100%. Both teams have a lot of holes in that roster. Yet, both teams are first in their respective division. The closer for the New York Yankees have had a debacle of a season to start his career with the New York Yankees. Lost their ace before the season started. Lost Juan Soto in the offseason. Yet they have been able to manage and weather the storm and stay afloat while they figure everything out. They don't have a lot of offense. Their offense is 3 players. Aaron Judge, Trent Grisham, and Ben Rice. Oh, Paul Goldschmidt as well. And while they figure out everything else, they're playing baseball. They're winning games. Same with the Mets. Juan Soto isn't performing at Juan Soto's level. Edwin Diaz got one leg bigger than the other, but they winning games. They're playing hard-fought baseball. So far, what Devin Williams has brought to the New York Yankees is culture. He influenced the beard policy. That's all he has done so far. And blown saves, cost us games. People might wonder, why is it hard to play in New York? Yesterday, prime example. You've been the best closer in the league for 5 years, for 4 or 5 years, and you hear the boos. You hear the New York vibe for the first time. Let's see how he bounce back. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. He's making it harder for him. He just keeps on digging a hole, a bigger hole, and it's going to be tough. Hopefully, it's not going to be a big of a hole that he won't get out of. It's a luxury to have Luke Weaver come close out games while Devin Williams figure it out. Luke Weaver has been spotless in the ERA department. So now what? We got to bring in Luke Weaver to close out some games while Devin Williams figure it out. That's not that's not horrible. Of course, it's not ideal. But this is why when fans try to be GMs and they try to be managers, these are the things that they don't look at. The moves that the GMs have to make, the moves that are not sexy off season that they have to make to stay afloat, weather the storm, being able to have a roster to weather the storm. Karl Anthony Towns is the toughest player in the NBA with sassiness characteristics. He's dangerous to the ops. He low-key looks for the smokes and tries to use his sassiness to shy away from it. Then when it's all said and done, his face is the last thing you see, spinning around from a double team or hitting a fadeaway or knocking down a 3 right in your grill. He's good. And the Knicks executives should wake up every morning feeling themselves with the moves to add Brunson and Cat. Remarkable.